Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of a Brew for Two podcast. I am your host, Brad, along with my co-host, Derek.
Hello.
We're here on episode 20. We have a guest with us tonight, our series regular, if you will. Bill Sultan is with us here tonight for episode 20. We have a lot of things to talk about. But first, let's talk about what's been going on in the lives of Brad, Derek, and Bill.
Nothing.
Nothing interesting, really. But we had
played World of Warcraft. I finally got to a point in World of Warcraft where they have to play the game a lot in order to get flying in the new zones.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put days of time into it. I finally finished getting flying for the new zone that came out 2 years ago yesterday. So I was very happy about that. But nerd things.
I recently watched Toy Story 4.
How was it?
It was a tearjerker, man.
I was at one point going to go see that, and things came up, and I still want to see it. Recommend?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely recommend.
Yeah, you almost cried.
I did shed it. I did shed a tear. I did shed a single tear. Because there was a really touching scene in the film. It's at the end.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, Bill.
No.
If you care, if you care, I can. But if
you know what? Say what you gotta say.
Okay.
Not too,
so at the end of Toy Story 4, Woody and Bo reunite in the movie. Woody and Bo Peep. As you know, Bo Peep wasn't in Toy Story 3. But it kind of gives you Toy Story 4 kind of gives you backstories on why she's not in Toy Story 3, why she wasn't in Toy Story 3.
No.
And that's because Bo Peep was never Andy's toy. Bo Peep was his sister Molly's toy. And so I guess when Molly was growing up, she sold her toy to some other family. She sold her toys to some other family. At a garage, it seemed like a garage sale.
Oh.
And so, and then because it starts off at the beginning where Andy's a kid. I'm like, what? Andy's a kid? Where's this going? So it starts off in a flashback where Bo Peep is getting sold.
When Toy Story 2, they had the garage sale, because that's where Buddy tried to...
Yeah, but this was I guess it's a different garage sale completely.
Oh.
Woody's like, oh, we have time, let's da-da-da, and he's panicking because he's losing his girlfriend. And then, so she gets sold, and she tells Woody that, Woody, I'm not Andy's toy. He can do whatever he wants. I'm not Andy's toy. I'm Molly's toy. So Molly decided that she doesn't need me anymore. So anyway, so they reunite because she becomes this lost toy. They're called the Lost Toys, and they can basically do whatever they want. They hang out at wherever kids need them. They hang out.
Yeah.
And the two funniest characters in the movie are played by Key and Peele. They're toys called Ducky and Bunny. And
how original.
Is Ducky Bunny's anger translator?
No, and they're a toy. They're a plush toy that are attached to each other. And they constantly try to fight people. And it's they make up this plan. It's okay, it's called... They're trying to get this key out of this antique shop to save Woody, and it's okay, we have this plan, and we try to get the key from the old lady, and so it's okay, it's called the Bull Rush. What we do is we just wait, and then we attack, and it's guys, no, attacking the old lady, stop. Okay, we have another plan. We wait,
ridiculous.
we wait, and then it just shows the old lady driving home, getting ready for bed, and then we just jump out. And you know what? When I saw that scene in the movie, I was dying laughing before it happened because I knew what was coming. Because as they were telling the story, the old lady's getting her purse, closing up the shop, she's driving home, and I'm dying laughing because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Like these guys are just gonna attack this old lady. And Keanu Reeves is in the movie. He plays a toy called Duke Kaboom, which is the Canadian equivalent of Evel Knievel.
Oh.
And,
oh Jesus!
And
and
he's like, and he plays this Duke Kaboom toy. The Evel Knievel stunt cycle toys where you've launched it off a ramp and it goes through a target.
Yeah.
And well, he said like, oh, my kid got me for Christmas one year, and he set me up. And then he tried to launch me, but I didn't go through, and he got tired of me and
fired blanks.
And yeah, so by the end of the movie, Woody realizes he doesn't need. He realizes that he doesn't need his child anymore, and so there's a split up between Woody and the gang, and the movie ends with To Infinity and Beyond. And I'm just like, oh my god! And it's sad. Like throughout throughout when Toy Story 4 was coming out in the press and stuff, I thought one of the toys was gonna be their last. One of the toys was gonna die. Like,
well, somebody mentions like depression and being suicidal.
Well, Forky.
Yeah, Forky.
Forky is a suicidal toy. He's a toy made from trash, and all he wants to do is kill himself. He doesn't want to kill himself. He just wants to put himself in the trash because he's made from trash. He's made from a fork, 2 wooden popsicle sticks, and googly eyes and yarn.
Yeah, he's literally just in hell.
And he's like, Woody gets out of him that he wants to go in the trash because he finds trash warm and comforting. And then he explains, oh, the Bonnie finds you warm and comforting. And he's like, I'm Bonnie's trash, and like it's like, no, you're Bonnie's toy. Like, and it's an amazing movie. I really enjoyed it. I didn't see it in theaters because I didn't think I'm like.
Right.
No, I didn't. It's on Disney Plus. It came on Disney Plus.
Oh. Okay.
So that's why I watched it.
Maybe we'll watch it tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I could cry.
I could go for a good cry right about now.
Let's cry together, man.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very emotional movie. Another thing, I watched the most recent episode of Survivor. I'm just gonna mention it. Not gonna go into 20 minutes about it like I did last episode.
Oh, you were just on last episode because that was the first episode.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm so excited to talk about it on the podcast, and that's what it was basically about. And then what else? There was a couple. There was a couple of new movies released on Crave this week. I forget the names escape me right now, but I forget which. There was a couple of new releases on Crave.
Depends what were they on. Were they on like Stars or like HBO, or was it like just Crave?
Just Crave, the movie network. And then, oh yeah, I had work on Friday with no kids because of the teacher strike, and that was fun.
Yeah, Annabelle.
It was boring.
I think we talked about this last night. One of them was Annabelle, wasn't it?
Yeah, Annabelle. Annabelle was one of the movies, which also Toy Story 4, scariest Toy Story villains ever.
Really?
The villains of Toy Story 4 are a doll from the 50s.
Oh.
Named Gabby.
Oh no.
It's basically Annabelle. And her henchmen are ventriloquist dummies.
That's dangerous fucking waters, my friend.
No, thank you. No.
And
no.
the reason why she wants to and the reason why she's a villain is just because because her voice box is faulty and she wants to repair her voice box. So she wants to rip Woody's voice box out. And
oh no. Yeah, if a 1950s ragdoll was trying to fucking rip my throat out, I'd be pretty fucking scared too, I think.
Like, it's
I
very,
don't want
like...
to watch this movie now. I'm kind of scared.
I don't know if I'm
Fuck,
going to sleep tonight now. Fuck.
And
thing
yeah,
just
no,
gonna-
it's an amazing movie regardless. But yeah, I'm just caught up on some TV shows, new episode of The Flash and stuff like that. There was no new episode of Riverdale this week because we're now in the months of TV where we're gonna start like your favorite show is gonna go on a 2-week hiatus for no apparent reason because we need to drag out this TV show until May.
Yeah.
And this is
because they only end up doing like 8 episodes a season now or whatever it is.
yeah.
So it's like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like,
yeah, but this season of Riverdale has been all over the place.
Doesn't.
Yeah, it has.
More than the other seasons.
A lot more than the other seasons. No. A lot more.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, and that's basically all about me right now. Like, not a lot has been going on this week because this week was a boring week. We had the family day long weekend.
Yeah.
Also, like,
But we had the family day long weekend.
Yeah. No, not so much.
No, that's not.
Yeah, guess who went to work on Family Day? Big smile.
For no reason, really.
And also did some cooking with my Instant Pot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you cook?
I tried to cook sloppy joes. Well, I cooked chicken.
Oh, I could go for sloppy joes.
I cooked some chicken tandoori.
Some fucking chicken tendies.
Yeah, chicken tandoori. Coconut tandoori chicken or whatever it was called. It was fantastic.
It's a wrong time to be getting hungry.
And then the next night, sloppy joes, which end up turning into chili because it didn't pressurize properly.
But it still tastes better than chili.
Yeah, and it was like sloppy joes from scratch. It wasn't just like the man meat mixture. It was just like meat.
Why did they have to call it that?
I don't know.
Is that actually what it's called?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
literally called
yeah.
man meat.
It's literally called man meat. Not man meat, man witch.
Manwich.
Yeah.
But it's basically fucking man
A
meat.
little better, but
Yeah, but it's basically man meat.
nice picture.
Yeah. And then my mom, freaking, for her first time, she wanted to use my Instant Pot because she's thinking about getting one. And first time she uses it, it works for her no problem. Every time I use it, I get the burn error. Every time.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
He has no luck with that. fucking
No,
thing.
I have no luck with that thing.
Just like when something's not working, you ask for help, and as soon as somebody gets there, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens. Yeah.
Story of my life.
And my mom made a pot roast in that Instant Pot. It only took 35 minutes to make.
Wow.
Yeah. 35 minutes to make a pot roast. And my mom's like, I don't know if it's done. I'm like, Mom, it's done. Like, oh, I don't. Well,
Does it?
sorry,
fall off the
it took
bone?
45 minutes to make because it takes about 10 minutes to pressurize if it's pressurizing properly. So it's like takes 10 minutes to pressurize plus the 35 minutes it's in there.
Wonder.
It's a highly recommended. If you have the money to purchase one, highly recommend it.
Like making like transition to steam cooking. Like I know it's always been a thing, but it's never been big. Like nobody in an average household would use steam to cook meals, and now.
I mean, we had this thing like growing up that was it wasn't like too big, but it had like 2 levels on it, and the whole thing was plastic. Put water in the bottom, and it would boil that and steam everything going.
Really?
Yeah, so you put like
I don't know
your
that.
veggies and stuff in there, and you could put like meat in there and everything,
Yeah,
like steamed
yeah.
meat. It was.
Well,
That's pretty
we
good.
had like an older style pressure cooker or something, but it wasn't like that.
Yeah, there's.
Ours wasn't even a pressure cooker. It was literally just put the water in the bottom. It would
That boils it in the steam cooks. I mean, steam's
Yeah.
that's a it's
Oh yeah, but the thing is like
there's
you
no
have.
footprint from that.
I can't remember what the hell they were. Remember the rib witch?
Yeah,
No.
McDonald's, right?
Like those like patties they had, the rib thing they had,
McRib.
kind of. So they made those, but they weren't really called that. We'd buy them once in a while. Like,
Oh, I've never had one.
you'd put them in this steam thing, and the stuff that would come out of it, all the grease and everything, would fill the bottom, and it looked so fucking gross. It tasted really good, but
so
like the
nasty.
But like, what the Instant Pot is good for making are like stuff like rice. You get amazing rice out of the Instant Pot. You can make amazing porridge out of the Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Like, but it's an amazing regardless. It's an amazing tool. Don't get me wrong. I just have bad luck with it.
I'm sorry, Brad. I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's enough about us.
Yeah.
Shall we jump into some news topics?
Yeah.
Well, our first news topic is that there is going to be a new Planet of the Apes movie, and it is not going to be a reboot. So a while ago, Planet of the Apes was a 20th Century Fox picture, and because Disney bought Fox, a lot of everybody's wondering like, what's happening to Planet of the Apes? Well, and like this article says here, fans weren't really sure. Fans were really not sure about recent reports that the upcoming movie in the Planet of the Apes franchise would be a reboot. Instead, continuing the story of Caesar and his son Cornelius. Cornelius, if you remember from the original films, is one of the doctors, one of the professors.
Yeah.
Well, the director of the new movie, Wes Ball, has now clarified things via social media. It's saying, and I quote, "It's never been easy for film journalists to actually get in touch with the actual people who actually know, but maybe it's the point to not fact check these days. Regardless, don't worry, I won't ruin the surprises, but it's safe to say Caesar's legacy will continue." What this means exactly is open to some interpretation, as the movie could still reboot and remake the original 1968 Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes, but using Matt Reeves' trilogy as the foundation, which I was talking to my brother-in-law about this, and he's like, those movies are great. Those movies are fantastic. The Matt Reeves.
They were good. They weren't really that good.
I love them. I love them. Still lacking any real details, though. We do know that Andy Serkis' ape leader, Caesar, will be involved in some capacity, though the movie may not exactly be a direct sequel. So, like, I've been waiting for a remake of the 1968 Charlton Heston for a while. Because they tried to do it, Tim Burton tried to do it in 2001 with Mark Wahlberg, and that tanked. That was awful.
Oh yeah, I remember.
There was a gross monkey kiss in that.
Was that the one that he was like he was on the beach, or is that, I'm thinking of the Charlton Heston one? I think
you're probably there is a similar scene in it.
Or like he drops to his knees and he sees the Statue of Liberty. He's like, no.
No, the line is, "Damn you!
Yeah.
You blew it up! God damn you!"
That's the Charlton Heston one.
Yeah, that's the but in the one where Mark Wahlberg just goes into the spaceship back to Earth.
Yeah, but then he
he goes
like a wormhole.
He goes through a wormhole, and
then he fucks a monkey.
he fucks a monkey in that one. Played by Helen Bonham Carter.
As a movie director,
yes,
don't you gotta learn what's kind of what might be good in a movie and what might not? When it comes to I don't know. I don't see how that was a selling point for the movie exactly. But hey, that's just me.
I don't know.
I'm an opinionated person.
I don't know if they were trying to continue off the story of the last one.
Well,
with the Mark Wahlberg one,
I think Tim Burton was trying to make it his own movie.
And Tim Burton's just a weird dude.
Yeah. Everything like Edward Scissorhands. It's a weird movie.
Yeah.
Like Edward Scissorhands, Nightmare on Elm Street, Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride is
a good movie.
That movie's hilarious. I remember there's a line in Corpse Bride where like all the zombies are coming into the church, and then one guy's like, "Shh, you're in a church," and he's like, "Oh, sorry." It's like,
you don't say, boss.
And then there's that one famous scene too where like the zombies are coming and like all the zombies can speak. And it's not just like all the zombies can speak, and then the one little kid realizes it's her dead grandpa come back to life.
Oh,
And
that's morbid.
And it's a very touching scene. She's like, "Grandpa," and he's like, "Oh," and he raises her up and like gives her a big hug. It's such a good scene.
Brains, all these fun things.
But I think this new Planet of the Apes movie that's gonna eventually come out should be because I've been waiting for, like, as you know, Planet of the Apes was a big movie franchise. It wasn't just Planet of the Apes. There was many different movies.
Yeah, there's also wasn't there a time traveling one that kind of involved the same universe?
Maybe.
Yeah, there was a dude who built a time machine that went forward in time, and then I don't fucking know. I remember snippets of this movie. I don't remember what the fuck it was ever called. It was a dude in like Victorian times. He made a time machine.
So the original Planet of the Apes, the original series sequels were Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, The Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, and Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
I've only ever seen one of those.
I've only seen the original. I haven't seen the other ones. But I think Conquest and Battles are the ones that tell Caesar's story and how the ape uprising happened.
I was kind of hoping to get some more of the current storyline for Planet of the Apes. I was enjoying it, and then they're like, "We're not doing this anymore." Okay.
Well, the last Planet of the Apes movie, War of the Planet of the Apes, it ended with Caesar finding paradise.
Yeah.
Well, Caesar died at the end of the last war. He got shot in
I don't think he died. I don't think you really ever saw him die.
It was just imposed that
something like that. I don't think he actually died at the end of the war.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think he actually did.
Because I feel like
his kid died. His kid took the bullet for him.
Oh no, that was
like that.
That was
an
earlier scene. That was an earlier scene.
That was the orangutan.
No, Maurice didn't die in that movie. Because no, he didn't. Because I vaguely remember that Caesar's right-hand man was an orangutan named Maurice, and Maurice ended up taking all the apes to the sanctuary. And Maurice, based on his character, the character Maurice was named after the actor who played Dr. Zaius in the original Planet of the Apes. The actor's name is Maurice Evans, and the original orangutan, Dr. Zaius.
I knew that was from somewhere.
And it's from Planet of the Apes. Actually, in Planet of the Apes movie, the orangutans were the government, kind of.
Yeah.
And like the chimpanzees were like the teachers, and like the gorillas were like the guards, and the army were the gorillas.
Yeah, based on the idea, like what our interpretation of them is.
I think that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah.
But so Maurice, the orangutan from Rise, Battle, and War, I think.
I've never seen any of them, so I don't even know.
Rise, Battle, and War is based off of Maurice Evans, the guy who played Dr. Zaius.
Yeah.
And I think he becomes the leader. He becomes the leader of the new world for them, with this girl who is a mute. But I don't know when this is coming out. Maybe in the next 5 years or so. Maybe.
I was still gonna hope for more continuation of like the current ones, but the reboot's nice, I guess, for this.
Also, this week we have a lot of video game movie news.
I think we'll skip the next one.
You don't want to talk about the Borderlands?
No, the Crossfire one. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about that one.
You don't want to talk about that one? Okay.
No, because that game is literally just a CSGO ripoff that is for some reason.
So we're gonna skip a topic.
Yeah.
We're gonna go straight into the Borderlands video game movie in the works. Eli Roth, who has directed such films. He's directed a lot of horror films. And he was also that guy in Inglourious Bastards.
Which one?
The guy who hit Jews with the baseball bat. I mean, hit Nazis with the baseball bat.
Oh, Bear Jew? Is that what they call him?
I think they called him the Bear Jew.
Is he
Yes,
Bear Jew?
maybe.
I don't know.
I think so.
But like, so Borderlands video game in the works. Eli Roth signs on to direct the movie adaptation of the popular video game Borderlands. Borderlands, originally released in 2009, was a first-person shooter game with role-playing elements about a motley group of adventurers traveling to an alien world of Pandora.
Not the Avatar one.
Not the Avatar one. In search for a legendary vault and doing battle with various threats, both animals and humans. Given the huge success of the games, a Borderland movie was near inevitability. And indeed, Lionsgate has begun developing an adaptation in 2015. This started back in 2015. They started doing it. As last reports, Borderlands was being penned by Oren Uziel, a writer best known for 22 Jump Street and Cloverfield Paradox. But a new draft has been reportedly been tackled by Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin. Mazin? Craig Mazin?
Mazin? M-A-Z-I-N? Mazin, I think.
New Borderlands director Roth, of course, is primarily associated with the extreme horror genre thanks to his gory films such as Cabin Fever, Hostel Part 2, and The Green Inferno. I think this is going to be great. I think this is going to be like another kind of like Mad Max Fury Road type of movie.
Have you ever played a Borderlands game?
No, I haven't,
Okay,
but I've
so
seen what the characters kind of look like.
It had nothing to do with characters. All those games are about their writing, and they're just the fucking... There is... In Borderlands 2... 3. In Borderlands 3... there is Butt Stallion. You want to know who Butt Stallion is?
Sure.
He's a horse made of diamonds.
Okay.
Named Butt Stallion. That is a joke in these games. There is a mission in Borderlands 3 currently right now where all you're doing is getting a cup of coffee. These games are just fucking ridiculous, off the wall. You want guns? You want more guns? You want 1 billion guns? You want 1 trillion guns? You want all the guns? You want a gun that shoots guns? Like, these games are just nuts.
Anything to make money, I guess.
Oh, I mean, they're just fun though. And the nice thing is, with the newest one that just came out, like, they didn't stray off the path of just being ridiculous. People like kind of shit on them for it, but it's like, oh, why didn't you innovate and stuff like that? It's like, well, nobody wants that with Borderlands. We just want a game that I can go and sit and play with 3 other people and laugh our asses off because I shot a rocket launcher that shoots a car and it blew up and killed me instead of something else. You know,
yeah, those games are always fun.
I was tempted to play it at the time, but then I don't know.
It's like
it kind of passed.
I play it, honestly. They're fun games. They're really, really fun games. It's very, very linear in the fact that you just do the missions and then you just go through the game, and that's pretty much about it. But it's more or less about what you got to do a lot of the times in the missions. The audio, like the fucking Christ, the speech, like the talking, yeah. The lines people deliver in the games, like it's just a fun time. Well, there's also another mission about getting a burger.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, and probably that, and Borderlands 2 has the best DLC ever made, which is called Tiny Tina's Excellent Adventure.
Oh boy!
Which Tiny Tina is like a 12-year-old girl, and they play. Basically, it becomes a D&D thing in a video game, and it's just a lot of fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a fun game, and it should be an interesting movie. I wonder what direction Eli Roth is going to take with this movie.
It's good because there has not been a lot of good
Eli Roth films.
No, just video game adaptations of anything.
No, I've been tempted on going to see Sonic.
I'm happy they at least fixed his eyeballs.
Yes,
but like, it still doesn't make me want to go see it. Like,
yes.
As much as Jim Carrey being Eggman sounds funny.
Oh my god.
Well, he's not Eggman. Sorry, he's Is he Eggman?
Yes, he is.
He's Eggman. Okay, I was right. Okay. Yeah. Much of that would be funny.
But video game movies don't tend. It's blowing out the box office. This Sonic movie.
Well, because they changed it because he looked like a freaking moron before.
But video game movies tend not to do well in theaters.
No.
Like Assassin's Creed didn't do too well. Prince of Persia didn't do too well.
Which is surprising because Prince of Persia could have been a really cool one.
Yeah, it could have been like the next Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, 100%.
Like that's what I thought it was going to be.
Let's see with Assassin's Creed. They could have made a crap load of movies from that, but
like they could have probably called it like they probably could have called it something else. And
could have, yeah.
They could have called it something else and not put the Assassin's Creed logo on it, and it probably would have done better than it did.
Yeah, probably.
Like, who's the company in the Assassin's Creed video game that does the...
Oh my god.
Do you remember? I'm forgetting.
Sturgo? Yeah.
They could have called it like something like that, and like...
Yeah, it is Sturgo.
Like, they could have called it something like that, and people are like... And diehard Assassin's Creed fans would know what it is, but casual Assassin's Creed fans might not. So they would get probably an audience there. But yeah.
Yeah, Abstergo. ABSTRGO. That's what it is.
Yeah. But what other video game movies has there been? Like the original start of these video game movies was Tron, and then there was Super Mario Bros. And
Tron did really well.
Tron did really well. Super Mario Bros. Not so well. Joe Pesci as Mario with...
Yeah, that was... I didn't know that movie existed for the longest time, and then I found it and watched it. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah. Yeah.
It's mind-boggling how bad it is.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling how bad it is.
I think they're in space also,
and
for
like
some weird reason.
And like Bowser's not called Bowser in that; he's called King Koopa.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Why?
Well, I guess he's the king of the Koopas. Yes, I get it, but
call him Bowser.
Just call him Bowser.
King Bowser. There you
go. In other news, we're getting a Tony Hawk Pro Skater documentary.
Finally.
Yeah. Tony Hawk Pro Skater video game is a video game series that focuses... words are hard today. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater video game series is the focus of this new documentary. The documentary is called Pretending I Am Superman, which is named after a ska punk Goldfinger song. From the first installment, and the song came from the first installment. Is the title of the documentary. Tony Hawk is a skateboarding legend and can largely still walk around unnoticed in crowds. That must be nice, which is something that he enjoys. However, a lot of people might recognize him in public when Pretending I Am Superman opens in theaters.
I don't mean to brag, but I can go around and walk around in crowds and not be noticed too.
Same. Yeah. Like, I mean...
It's quite something.
But like a big time...
He's not... he used to be. He used to be, yeah, but now it's more... ish, I guess. He's a celebrity, but he's been out of the limelight for so long now that... like, his kids are more popular, I think, than he is now.
Yeah. The skaters and the surfers finally had a game that was made for them and had broader appeal. This was a far cry from Skate or Die and TNC Surf Design. I vaguely remember TNC Surf Design.
I never played any of the surfing games. I played the crap.
Oh man, did you just let one rip?
He tried to walk over there, but
no.
You should have went into the back room. Dude.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you telling me mine's bad? Come on.
I played a lot of those games: Tony Hawk Pro Skater, TNC Surf Design. There was 180 one, snowboarding one. There was a snowboarding one. I forget. Oh my god.
Sorry, listeners.
Sorry, listeners.
Bill just
Let one rip.
let a spicy one rip, and now we're all kind of dying.
And like,
Oh my god, dude! What? How, like, you tell me mine's bad? Jesus!
It had the electric soundtrack with everything from punk rock to hip hop to new wave music from the 1980s, and it had an amazing soundtrack to it. There was like bands like 311 on it. 311. I can't remember if it was Beautiful Disaster or Down. I think it was Down. Bring the Noise by Public Enemy. No, Bring the Noise by Anthrax featuring.
Those games just had the best soundtracks.
Oh, and like
just skate around for hours and just do stupid shit.
Guerrilla Radio, Rage Against Machine. Actually, speaking of Rage Against Machine, they're going to be in Hamilton. And
I would never ever go to one of their shows.
Guess how much the nosebleeds tickets are?
They're like $400.
Yes.
Yeah.
For nosebleeds.
Yeah.
In Hamilton.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. Also, I never go to one of their shows because every time I've ever seen anything on one of their shows, a riot has like ensued afterwards. At almost all of their shows.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No, thanks. I don't need to be involved in that.
And
it's still lingering, Bill.
But yeah, so the Tony Hawk, it's gonna. I love that they're coming out with a documentary of this because
give me a new Tony Hawk. Okay, come on.
PlayStation or just PlayStation. It's 21 years old. The Tony Hawk Pro Skater games are 21 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like they feature interviews in this documentary. They feature interviews from other skaters like Rodney Mullen, Chad Muska, Steve Caballero, and many more. And like I remember playing it on an N64, not a PlayStation though.
Yeah, they had one for I think the first one came out on N64, but I played it on PlayStation.
Because I remember putting in like the zero gravity codes.
No, I didn't play mine on Xbox actually.
No, I played my first Tony Hawk game was an N64, and I went to my buddy's house and we had the Game Shark, and put in the Game Shark, and then put in our codes, and then
I think the first one I played was on Xbox. I don't remember which one it was, but never played those games to play those games. I played those games to like just crank my TV up and listen to the soundtracks. Damn it! Like they're just so fucking good.
Those good days.
Those were good days.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's.
Was it say when this is supposed to come out or
no? It's I think it's gonna be sometime this year. I thought it says theaters. But it says it's gonna come out in theaters, but I wouldn't be surprised if we shortly see it on like Netflix, shortly.
Well, I mean, yeah, who knows? Because a lot of these streaming services are getting movies pretty quickly. It's like I was telling you yesterday, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is gonna be on Crave in March.
Yeah,
that movie just came out like 2 months ago.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
it came out in like August.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Wow,
Where have you been?
I don't know, dude.
I went to see it.
I don't know.
I went to see it in the theaters by myself. I went to the theaters to watch that movie because I'm like, I really want to see this movie. Nobody else wants to. Okay.
I would have seen it.
Okay. Now you say that. I think at the time you said, no, I don't want to see it. And I'm like...
No, I think at the time I might have been busy or something.
Might have been. Because I went to see it. No. I don't know.
You didn't see it by yourself. I don't think you ever told me about it though. So I would have went, but anyways.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was a fantastic. I loved that film.
Yeah,
I loved that. It was a fantastic film.
What's next? What we got next?
There's gonna be a new Star Trek movie plus 2 new Star Trek TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. The upcoming Star Trek film and 2 more television shows have been confirmed as in development. The beloved sci-fi franchise returned to television in 2017 with Star Trek Discovery after taking a 12-year hiatus on TV. Before the premise of Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek's revival was limited to the big screen, courtesy of the movie's set with the J.J. Abrams Calvin timeline. Late last year, word came that Legion creator Noah Hawley was set to write and direct the next Star Trek films. Many assumed that the films would be the fourth installment to the most recent series of the films. This is not the case. While Star Trek's future on the big screen has seemed uncertain, its future on the small is a different. Its future on the small screen is a different story. Star Trek Discovery kicked off a new age of television for the franchise, paving the way for likes of Star Trek Picard. Already that it's been renewed for season 2, which launched on a streaming service known as CBS All Access. In addition to those two shows, Star Trek Discovery's spin-off entitled Star Trek Section 31 has been announced, as well as 2 animated series, one called Star Trek Lower Decks and an untitled one on Nickelodeon. CEO Bob Bakish confirmed that even more Star Trek is on the way. Not only is a new Star Trek movie indeed in works at Paramount Pictures, but a new Star Trek television shows are in development, as well as a series of Picard novels.
I like Star Wars. I'm not a
Star Trek.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I like Star Trek. I'll say it again.
Darth Vader and Captain Picard. Right?
Oh yeah. I don't know much about Star Trek really.
I don't know too much.
I never
about
watched any of the old TV shows.
No,
like I only started watching Picard because it's just a good show.
My dad was a huge Star Trek fan.
Was he?
Oh yeah, right from the very very beginning.
See, I wasn't a huge Star Trek fan either. What got me open to Star Trek was J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Star Trek movie that came out in 2009.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because every time I turned on Star Trek on the TV, it was a spaceship slowly moving through space.
Captain's log, and he's taking a poop, and it's like,
excuse me,
Captain's log. Captain, are you alright in there?
I'm doing my captain's log.
A different idea of log, but you know.
And then, but so I was just turned off by Spike TV constantly showed Star Trek New Generation.
I think it's just because I grew up a lot more with Star Wars than Star Trek.
I did too. But originally the idea for Star Trek 4 was going to have Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth, because Chris Hemsworth, as you know, was Chris Pine's father in the first one.
Yeah.
And they were going to do time travel in the fourth one.
Oh.
But they couldn't get the money for Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth. So,
well, I think they'll be able to now, because Chris Hemsworth ain't gonna be worth much after fucking this Man in Black shit.
But he's gonna be starring. But Chris Hemsworth might be starring in the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Might be in the new Guardians movie. He's also gonna be in the new Thor movie coming out. You're thinking over there.
I'm thinking.
I see the wheels turning.
Chris Hemsworth is Thor, right?
Yes.
Oh my god, who the hell am I thinking of? I think of his brother.
Liam?
Yeah, I think of his brother, Liam. But then Liam wasn't in Men in Black. That was Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. Actually,
he has 2. I can't remember which one or which.
He has Liam and somebody else. I don't know what their names are,
But yeah, that was the original plans of Star Trek, and then Quentin Tarantino was supposed to do a Star Trek movie as well, but that
would just be weird.
It was literally going to be Pulp Fiction, but in space.
Oh fuck! No.
I like the concept, but no. People would be very upset.
But then Quentin Tarantino has said in interviews that he's like, I'm not making a Star Trek film. I don't know where these rumors came from. I would like to, but I just don't have the time to. No,
he's got other shit he's doing.
Yeah.
Probably some sort of weird indie movie. Who knows?
I mean, he has...
Is he doing another Once Upon a Time?
No. He Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, and now I don't know what he's doing now. There is an upcoming movie of his. I forget what, but there was many plans. I want another. I want a fourth installment of Star Trek, because I did not like Star Trek Beyond. I saw it in theaters, and I didn't like it.
Did I see that? I think I seen Into Darkness. That was one with Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, he was Khan, and
oh god.
Yeah, Benedict Cumbersnatch. Like,
I like that one. I like the first one. I didn't like Beyond because it's like we're gonna beat the bad guys through the power of the Beastie Boys. It's like
no sleep.
Was that the one where they like transported onto the ship or whatever? Was that the ship, the big ship that came in? Or is that the one with Khan?
that was probably the one with Khan. The one with then it's like, oh, we found this old music in the space slog. Let's play it, and they kill the bad guys using the rock and roll sounds of the Beastie Boys' song "Sabotage."
I mean, hey, it's.
But I'm like, that's not how that works.
That's not how
What?
any of this works.
Where's the big earth-shattering kaboom? Like,
I don't think I watched Beyond. I think that's the one I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it's good.
I've seen Into
It's
Darkness,
not that
but
great.
not
It's not that great. It's like the first one was great, the second one okay, third one not so great, and then fans are still waiting on this fourth one, which might get up to par, might come, might not. I don't know what's going on.
May or may not be good at all.
I don't think Chris Pine is doing.
He's already finished up 1984.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 1984 is already done. So he's
whatever else he might be in at some point.
But so Star Trek there's coming out, though they're coming out with a lot of Star Trek content. I say they should, like, I would love a fourth Star Trek film, but I say TV is where Star Trek was born, where it should stay until they
can make the movies all they want, but like the TV has to be their focus for that, because that's where that is. Star Wars is the movies.
Star Wars is the movies.
Star Wars is the movies. Star Trek is the TV shows.
Yeah, like Star Trek has done well in the movie industry. Wrath of Khan was well received. The first Star Trek film, however, was not.
Yeah.
Then
I think it was about as well received as the Star Wars Christmas movie.
Yep.
Which exists and it's not good.
Nope, not good. Not good at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of sci-fi, we're gonna continue on the conversation of sci-fi. And I found this article asking how The Matrix 4 can redefine the sci-fi movie genre again. There are so many reasons to be excited for Matrix 4. Even if you felt burned by the original sequels, Reloaded and Revolutions, the combination of cyberpunk, Eastern philosophy, Hong Kong-style action, and mind-bending special effects made for one of the most thrilling and unique blockbusters of the decade, and maybe even of the entire history of cinema.
Yeah. Now
expanded universes are the name of the game, from the king of the field, the MCU, to great pretenders like the DC, EU, and the myriad failed attempts made by studios to copy the model. Myriad.
What would you say?
Myriad. Sci-fi and this model. Sci-fi and associated subgenres rule the roost in an indomitable way. As
the gold star.
As the importance of the international box office, particularly in China, because as you know, China still thinks 80s and 90s movies are like
new. Yeah.
Yeah, they still think 80s and 90s movies are new. That's why we get like.
They're gonna blow their mind when Infinity War comes out.
That's why that's why we're getting like tons of reboots like Rambo. Like that's why we're getting like another Rambo movies.
Well, we're not anymore.
Not anymore, but like that's why we got another Rambo movie. That's why we got another Terminator movie, because it's so big in China. Like those movies are huge.
I hear Grease is coming out in theaters soon in China.
Man, they're gonna love that one. Wait till they see Grease.
No spoilers. As in,
I hear it's gonna be good.
so, and like this article says, particularly in China, has become crucial to the success of Hollywood films and of major budgets. Like these blockbuster franchises have to appeal to as wide an audience as possible. And then it goes on by the director saying her work challenges the audience, as does that of David Mitchell, her newest collaborator. The current Hollywood ethos dictates that blockbusters should contain simple themes and character arcs that everyone can understand, even if they're only half paying attention. And the Wachowskis have never embraced that condescending attitude, thankfully. Words are hard today, guys. Words are hard today, guys. Well, the Wachowskis have done a lot of fucked up series. Sense8, one of them. Sense8 was these 8 people who were all born on the same day at the same time, that had a site that had like a link to them. Like they all could like appear and disappear into each other's lives, and it centered around these 2 characters. One was from Iceland, one was from Chicago, and they fell in love. So weird. And every freaking episode had a group orgy.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, every episode had an orgy.
Yeah,
because everybody's minds were linked. So every time somebody would have sex, this other guy would appear and like also be having sex. He's like, "Hello,
hello, nurse."
It's like, oh, like there's this one and then there was this guy from Chicago, girl from Iceland. There was this gay guy from Mexico. There was this guy from Africa. There was this guy from Germany, and there was this Indian, and there was this badass Asian lady.
Trisha Takanawa?
Yes, Trisha Takanawa. As you can see here, Tom, I am gonna have sex with a man who's probably doing drugs.
Yes.
I'm standing here.
Technology has also evolved vastly in the 2 decades since the first Matrix. Pardon me, the first Matrix movie, when Neo does the thing, he's actually attached to wires.
Yeah, I think everybody knows that.
Yeah. Or like when he does like the pause, and he's like also attached to wires.
Yeah, I've seen some behind the scenes of that. It's pretty funny to see it though. It's like, you look kind of dumb.
But back in the day, those effects were kind of they were shocking. It's like, oh my god, what the heck?
They're badass. Oh hell yeah.
Now
they're very commonplace. Now it's like every movie now that comes out with any effects has practical stuff like that.
And the audience barely knows any of them.
Well, no,
notices them.
It's just everywhere now, right? It's not just one movie that does it.
The Wachowskis, however, have always used their technology of their time to advance their storytelling and create unique visual experiences. Visually their stuff is stunning. Yeah. Wherever they go to like film series like Sense8, and it's like visually stunning.
They apparently like group orgy scenes, so maybe.
Oh, but they're always like they were very like sensual group orgy scenes. They weren't just like something you would find on.
Wasn't there already one in the Matrix 4 or in Matrix movies? Wasn't there like when they were like having that big party in like the cave?
Maybe.
And then like it was kind of getting a little bit sexual. Like
maybe
everyone was kind of humping and grinding. And it was just like really weird.
Right on.
Possibly.
I swear there was a scene in Matrix like that. Where they're in like their main hub. They're having a big party in this cave.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think that was in the second one. But I remember when Matrix came out and everybody made fun of every parody. There was a lot of Matrix parodies.
Oh fuck! There's so many.
Like before YouTube was a thing. Newgrounds. There was a lot of like flash animation videos about the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like who can forget freaking he played Elrond in Lord of the Rings. Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith, Mr. Anderson. Like, freaking those movies were amazing. Tomorrow
I still don't know how we're doing this. Going to see that movie, like.
Yeah, we might, because it's coming out. I don't know if you knew this, Bill. Matrix 4 is coming out on the same day as John Wick 4.
Oh.
Yeah. Same
so
fucking day.
Theaters are going to implode, more or less.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be a guy that's going to, like, his head is going to, like, literally explode. Because he's going to be like, I don't know.
We might have to, like, figure it out or, like, do it on Saturday or something, maybe.
I think what's going to happen, I don't think here they're going to be released on the same day. I think they might be released a week apart.
We can only hope. Because I don't want to have to go see 2 movies in one day.
You probably wouldn't be able to.
No, I fall asleep.
We just need to... Okay, you know what we need to do?
6 hours of movie theater seats.
It's like I was saying to him,
hey, when Batman Dark Knight... Sorry to interrupt, but when Batman Dark Knight Rises came out, they did a 9-hour-long series of Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. And I sat through all those movies. Me and Pat went. We both had 5-hour energies. Took a shot of that. And you're like, all right, we're good. All right. But that's what we would have to do. We would be like 5-hour energies down the hatch.
Or you see like the afternoon of say John Wick.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe do a matinee on Saturday or something like that. And then
but what I mean is see the matinee of one show.
Yeah.
Go to Hoops for a few beers, just to get yourself back out of the theater, and then go to the evening.
I mean, we could just Uber over to the theater. It'd be like $5. Like,
Why would you do that? Oh, you got pit.
Yeah, but if we're gonna go to the bar in between, like, you're gonna have to...
Yeah, but then you have 3 hours to sit in front of a movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I don't know if Hoops is gonna make it that far.
Why?
Because I've been curious about that place ever since they got taken off of Skip the Dishes.
They're not back on it?
No. Ever since they got taken off of Skip the Dishes, I've been like wondering, like, is that place like going?
I think it's very busy, but I think because their food is so fucking inconsistent, it just people were probably complaining too much. There's probably a lot of fuck ups, so they probably just got kicked off the app.
Yeah,
I didn't know they were off. I just remember they.
I got like $15 worth of skip credits because like Skip, they don't give you your money back. You get skip credits.
Yeah.
Was that for fucking up an order?
No, because I ordered nachos and then as soon as I ordered the nachos, like it gave me this error and it's like, oh, Hoops is no longer on Skip, and I'm just like, oh,
okay.
After you paid?
Yeah.
Oh, so the credit. So basically, that's how much the nachos were worth. So they gave you those as points.
Yes.
So you just get $15 off.
Yes. So I just ordered something else. basically got them.
I like those nachos.
Oh, those were great nachos.
They were like. I mean, they were a little expensive, but
hey, you know what? I didn't mind.
You got what you paid for. Like you.
Salsa and sour cream. And
a lot of the time, I mean, it was also very much so.
Mouthgasm.
Well, there's also a lot of hit and miss though with them. Like there's a few times where
I never
like I remember the one time where like I just ate the cheese by itself and I was sick the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily I never had a bad experience with Hoops.
Well, you're lucky.
Yeah. No, there's times me and Derek had a time where we had a bad experience with Hoops, man.
Yeah.
Like we both thought we were hungover the next day, but we weren't. Like we were like why do we feel this way? And
you were just hooping.
We were just
hoop over.
We were just dying.
Yeah, literally just dying. Like,
death.
It was not fun.
Just death.
She's my wife. She's just dead.
The Simpsons 2 movie will not be a sequel. I repeat, it's not a sequel because confirms producer Al Jean, as the longest running scripted series in TV history, there's very little that The Simpsons hasn't accomplished. Yet, despite this, there's still at least one thing that the fans want to see. The Simpsons took things to the next level, making the jump from television to the big screen. That happened in 2007.
Yeah.
There has, of course, been much talk when The Simpsons might end, and although the series hasn't shown signs of slowing down, there has been alterations to the cast in the recent years due to that's a typo.
Is it?
Yeah, due to ultimately death of cast members such as
Nancy Cartwright.
Yeah, Marcia Wallace and Russie Taylor. I don't know who they did the voices for. I know the voice actress who did Mrs. Krabappel passed away.
Yeah,
not too long ago.
Yeah, she was the biggest one, I think.
Still, these sort of setbacks can occur when the series runs for as long as The Simpsons has. So yeah, in fact, because of a multi-award-winning series continues to encounter such as unexpected issues, many fans want a sequel to the Simpsons movies sooner rather than later. What fans currently do know is that there is a sequel on its way that much has been discussed over the years and months since the first film was released.
Yeah, Miss Krabappel was Marcia Wallace.
Yeah.
That was 2013.
Unfortunately, there's not much known at all about The Simpsons Movie 2. This being said, during a recent interview with Slash Films, producer Al Jean revealed several things about the upcoming sequel, including that things are still in the very, very early stages, and perhaps most importantly of all, the movie won't be a direct sequel to the 2007 effort. And then I got a little back and forth between an interview here, back and forth. So the interviewer says, has Disney expressed any interest in another Simpsons movie? And he says, I would say yes, although we're just in a very, very early stages. We would love to do one for Disney, but it's not likely. It's not like it's happening next week or next year. That's different than it was under 20th Century Fox, when you'd usually say maybe one day you would do another movie. At D23, Matt said, I think it's going to happen, and I agree with that. So I agree with that statement. I believe it will happen. So I want there to be another Simpsons movie.
Oh yeah, fuck.
I want the return.
Doom.
I want the return of Spider Pig, man.
Oh my god.
Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does.
How did it? Yeah,
tracks on the ceiling. Spider Pig.
He's not Spider Pig anymore. He's Harry Plopper.
Look out, he's the Spider Pig.
I'm hoping that they do another one. I hope it's. I mean, I can't see them making anything like bad. Like
no, man. Like the Simpsons movies delivered. Like,
but again, it's like you said, it's very hard for them to figure out what to do though, because the Simpsons have done everything. Like
maybe do what like similar to Jane Silent Bob reboot did. Like it's not like maybe do a reboot of the Simpsons movie back from 2007, but like tweak it a bit so it's just like
not a dome, but it's like a.
You know what? I was trying to think, why was there a dome again?
Because IPA.
Yeah, was there like not a disease or something? It was disease, wasn't it?
No. It was polluted so much.
Oh yeah.
That they had to call in the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was president of the United States of America for some reason.
Why not?
And he's like, I picked number 3. It's like, I picked number 1. Well, you don't know what's behind door numbers 2 or 3. It's like, I picked this one. No, you don't know. Okay, I picked this one. Okay, how about number 3? Okay, I'll pick number 3. Good job. And then the big boobed lady. Oh, thank you, big boobed lady.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
That when he has an epiphany, and they move to Alaska, and like, Bart's clapping for Alaska. Lisa, you clap for Alaska too. There's an avalanche that comes down.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie! It still holds up, that movie. I watched it.
Oh yeah.
It's on Disney Plus, and I watched it the other day, and I'm just like, oh my god.
It's still funny, yeah. It's still very funny.
I remember it came out, I think the September of 2007, because I remember
I bought it on DVD, so
yeah, I bought it on DVD.
DVD was a donut.
Yeah, DVD was a donut.
Yes.
Or like that scene where like Fat Tony's putting a body in the river and he's like, okay, I'll take my sofa and put it somewhere else. And then Lou's like, I think there was a body in there, Chief. And it's like, yeah, I thought that too, Lou, but then he said sofa. You gotta listen, Lou.
It's like, oh.
You gotta listen, Lou.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and then
He said sofa.
freaking my dad's not Bono. The line where like Lisa's crush is Irish, and this is an Irish musician, and it's like, my dad's not Bono. And
Yeah, you too.
there was actually a Maggie short in that movie too. There was a short before the movie with Maggie and another baby. Maggie gets dropped off at daycare and causes shenanigans.
No shit.
Yeah, that movie was great.
Alright. I think that's it for the day.
I'm just gonna do one more thing. This day in film and television history.
Yeah.
Not a lot happened, but in 1958, at the 15th Golden Globe ceremony, the bridge on the River Kwai, Alec Guinness and Joan Woodward won on that day in 1958. I didn't know Bridge on the River Kwai was that old of a movie. I thought it came out in the 60s. Not 1957.
Wow.
Steve Irwin celebrates a birthday today. He would have been math. He would have been 2000. He died in 2006. So
14 years ago.
So he was born in 62. So
so he's 3 years older than my parents.
So he would have been like 59.
Something like that, yeah.
54.
58.
He'd be 57 right now.
Yeah.
He
would be 58.
Yeah.
Yeah. And deaths in today. Andy Warhol died in 1987. Yeah.
Well, would you look at that?
Anything in video game history?
A lot of releases in Japan. That's about it, really.
Anything noteworthy?
No. Nothing you guys would know. And also nothing I know. So.
Well, this has been another edition of a Brew for Two podcast. My name is Brad, along with my friends Derek and Bill.
Yeah, we're here.
Follow us on all social medias. I'm at GingerFin92.
I'm at King D-Rec, and you can follow the podcast on Instagram at A Brew for Two Podcast and on Twitter at A Brew for Two.
So, do you want to plug something?
You want to plug your stuff?
I don't really have much interesting, but
you have that photography page that people might want to follow.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, at Bill Sultan Photography on Instagram.
There you go.
All right, and with that being said, good night, everybody.
Bye.